All right, Landon. Get with Nona. Show her how to do it.
Vintage there. Now, just a little bit of an introduction as to what we'll be talking about on this tour. So Schenectady, through most of its history, has revolved around that river out there, the Mohawk River. And today we're going to be looking at the interplay of the natural force that is this Mohawk River on this human community here. Because certainly in the early days it starts off very much with nature influencing artificial settlements, right? However, as time and technology progresses, more and more people can exert their own influence on the river. And we're going to see how these human and natural forces kind of interplay with one another over a couple of centuries, right? Schenectady's an old town.
Here we are on the Mohawk. There's Landon. There's Nona. And we're headed that way.
Then we have to start with the Mohawk people, the people for whom this river is named, right? Now, if you're not familiar with the Mohawk people, they would become one of the nations of the Iroquois Confederacy, also called, well, they call themselves the Haudenosaunee, right? The people of the Longhouse. On a rougher day out on the water, how does it feel in here?
Calm.
Pretty calm, right? Here, you can actually see, if you go up a little head, there's a little stream pouring into the Binnakill over there. Now that would be the old Cowhorn Creek, which would flow under basically, or right next to where State Street is today. And they would use that actually as a source of industrial power in the early days. And I just want to kind of describe this journey for you so you can understand just how much effort it took to get anywhere back in the day. So let's say you leave from Schenectady. Again, this is your first port of navigation here on the Mohawk River. You got about 110 miles of rowing not so gently up the stream. And imagine all the natural obstacles you'll come across. Again, maybe the river is just kind of shallow at certain points and you gotta get your boat out of the water or move some rocks out of the way. There's a big obstacle at Little Falls. Kind of paradoxically, Little Falls was a big obstacle. You'd have to portage around that as well. That could take you the better part of a day just to get the 1 mile through Little Falls. Once you get to where Rome, New York is today, there was no city. There was just a small fort called Fort Stanwix. Now that guarded the portage, so you've already gone about 110 miles. You got to pick your boat up out of the Mohawk River, drag it 4 miles overland to another little creek called Wood Creek. Tiny little thing, you wouldn't know it if you fell into it today. You get in that, you take that to Lake Oneida, you cross Lake Oneida, find the Oneida River on the western side. That Oneida River will take you to the Oswego River. You take that north, and then finally you're at Oswego, New York, where the Oswego River enters Lake Ontario. Now that's probably going to take you about a week and a half.
Here we are coming back into Mohawk Harbor. There's Preston.
Yeah.
Coming in. How was it, buddy?
Fun.
There's Nona. Nona did great.